Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Make sure you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And Teflon Don is back, the unstoppable, unbeatable Titan, coming out on top, 2-0 when it comes to impeachments. He has won his impeachment trial that was probably the biggest sham trial in the history of all of the impeachments. I've talked at length about how the Ukraine trial was BS because there was no documented quid pro quo, but this trial managed to take the cake in terms of how frivolous that it was. And you have millions of Americans who are waiting their $1,400 checks, which were supposed to be $2,000, now it's lowered to $1,400. But no. What is Congress doing? They're going out there to impeach the former president for a power play. And it really shows you where their priorities are. Now, when it came to the defense of the impeachment trial, it was not very hard to do. It was not a hard trial to win, given the fact that the prosecuting end of the trial was such a disaster. These people went out there and they were playing Nick Fuentes clips trying to make the president look bad, even though the president obviously had nothing to do with them, and they were taking the clips of Nick Fuentes out of context. That's step one. Step two, they claimed that the president incited violence because he uses the word fighter. He said he wasn't giving up in this fight. That has to be one of the most ridiculous allegations of all time. The Democrats use fight all the time. Bernie Sanders, fight for 15. They always say fight. Fight is a common political term. Obviously, we talk about this at length. I've done videos about why Trump is innocent in the past. I don't want to go over it again. But I will say they got Trump on one thing. He paid into a bail fund for the rioters. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Trump. It was Kamala Harris. Actually was paying into the bail fund for the rioters in Minneapolis and the rioters in Wisconsin. I don't even know how Biden won because of this fact alone. But the fact is that nobody tried to impeach Kamala Harris, even though she was actually egging on the protesters and rioters, documented evidence of it happening, cheering it on, aiding and abetting people for destroying property. And the bail funds also helped murder suspects and rape suspects get out of jail. No, they're completely and totally fine with that. No, but the president decides to question an election that was not very transparent, and he felt screwed, and then some people decide to act like morons and then go in the Capitol building and start causing a ruckus. No, they try to impeach the president because of it. Has nothing to do with that at all. Has everything to do with the fact that they hate Donald Trump because he's not a politician. They hate Donald Trump because he is anti-establishment. And that is why you saw many Republicans switch over and vote to convict the president. Richard Burr, Pat Toomey, these guys are retiring. They have really no intention of staying in the Senate. Same thing with Ben Sasse. And you look at Bill Cassidy, you look at Susan Collins, they're not going to be up until 2026. So they view themselves as having a lot of political leverage. Susan Murkowski is the only one that's up in 2022. And I think we may be able to primary her, but Alaska does, I believe, has adopted ranked choice voting, so it's going to be interesting. But we still should try and attempt to primary Lisa Murkowski in the state of Alaska. Also, Mitt Romney. Romney is up in 2024, and it is true that he has lost popularity, even among Mormons in Utah. But the state convention likely will probably bail him out. That's exactly why I'm saying probably don't focus too much energy on Mike Lee in 2022, even though we should. Mike Lee is almost certain to be bailed out by the party conventions. It's not a very fair system that serves the people, the voters in Utah, when it comes down to that. But Murkowski's the only one, and I'm actually shocked that there were this many people. If that was the case, I'm shocked that they didn't try to get a little bit closer. But as you know, you have to go back and look at the fact that Mitch McConnell blackmailed President Trump. I think if you guys remember Trump's last night in office, he actually rescinded the lobbying ban that he put into place as a campaign promise to drain the swamp. He rescinded that. Why exactly did he rescind that? Because probably Mitch McConnell wanted him to, specifically because he was angered by that being in place, and specifically because he wanted it out, and he was using it as leverage over Trump. Mitch McConnell doesn't like Trump, but if he can get Trump to cave into the establishment as much as possible, then he will be fine with him. But he's not done with him yet, no. Now he wants a criminal investigation into the former president, Mitch McConnell, backstabbing Trump even after he voted to acquit him. They want a criminal investigation into the president. This is never going to end. The Biden administration is a joke. You have the neocons, you have the left, and they're just continually bashing Trump, trying to demoralize him, trying to demoralize his supporters. Let the man play golf and actually go to work and do something that can help the American people, like, putting checks in their hands. And I think a lot of people are starting to know this. The meltdown, which we have to cover now, was very telling. You had a mix of people who were seeing that this was a sham, that were seeing that this was BS, and then you had a lot of people that were losing their minds. And I would say the people losing their minds are crazy. Did they actually expect anything to happen? Because you have this impeachment trial that's based off of essentially a lie. It's virtually non-existent evidence that would back your claim up in a court of law. There's no concrete evidence to say that Donald Trump specifically incited anything. This is a politically charged attack on the former president, and people still were losing their minds. But here we have this Twitter account, Biden voters posting their L's. It's a great Twitter account, and the results that were posted by this account from the people were very telling. This one guy says, Trump gave me $1,800 and Democrats gave me a weird show trial. Not sure what I should think. And then this leftist said, I've been debating becoming a conservative just because it'd be nice to be on a winning team once before I die. Now, this is hilarious, especially because conservatives really don't have any major victories. I don't think that you'd even consider this a major victory. It's just common sense. If you impeach a former president over something that he really didn't do, I don't know how you can call that a victory, but these people are so deranged that that's how they're operating right now. It's like you have one little tiny loss and these people go crazy. It's quite hilarious. This guy says, starting to think Congress isn't very good at doing stuff, which I actually agree. They should be putting, checks into people's hands right now. But instead they're impeaching the president. I don't think that had the same intention of what this guy was saying, but that's beside the point. This tweet says, I'm a Democrat and I'll admit that Trump's attorneys have changed my mind in 20 minutes. If I could, I might actually vote not to impeach. That's very interesting. This Operation Trump Takedown says, I am not okay right now. This is pretty hilarious. These people, it's like they get everything they want. They get Trump out of office, but they're trying to bar him from running again over something that he didn't do. It really shows you that they're scared. They're scared of this guy because he's not going away. He's not. And the Florida Democrats Twitter account, by the way, the worst state party arguably in the nation, sits here and says, so Marco Rubio and Rick Scott, what's the difference between acquitting a deadly assault on democracy and participating in one? And they put the Viking horns like the guy had in the Capitol over both of them. It's really quite something. Marco Rubio and Rick Scott condemned the attack, just like Donald Trump condemned the attack. But no, apparently if you don't impeach the president over something that he really didn't do, no, you're participating in a deadly assault on democracy. What's a deadly assault on democracy is impeaching the president over something that he didn't do because he is a perceived threat of the establishment because middle America typically likes him and they want to get rid of him. This guy says this is a effing, mother effing disgusting, G-damn horrible effed up, monumental, C-essing, mother effing piece of S acquittal. F this spineless, soulless, worthless, senseless devil worshippers who voted not guilty. Cry for the future. Cry for your kids. Cry for democracy. Wow, this guy's really lost his mind. This guy says Donald Trump is the only person in the world who can go 2-0 and still be a effing loser. No, I think that title would belong to the 2014 Houston Texans, but that's beside the point. This guy's clearly lost his mind. And then there's this tweet, white supremacy wins again. Look at this. These people, everything they don't like happens to be white supremacy. It's quite hilarious. Nothing had anything to do with white supremacy, what happened at the Capitol, even though I condemn it, it has nothing to do with white supremacy. Just like Trump's impeachment had really nothing to do with white supremacy. This person's clearly lost their mind. But that's really the way it is. Now, Donald Trump, either way, the crazy leftist meltdown, the neocon assault on Donald Trump's legacy will continue, but the people support the president still, and if he wants to run, he'll run again. and it's going to be Meltdown all over again. He'll be there until January of 2029. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please hit the like button down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, become a member, donate to the Patreon, or subscribe. Star links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.